Nagpatong-patong na nga ang kinahaharap na problema ng multi-billionaire na si Atong Ang dahil matapos nga ma-issue sa mga nawawalang sabongero, kasunod nito ay ang umano'y pakikipaghiwalay ni Sunshine Cruz kay Atong. Ayon kasi sa balita minarapat na daw ni Sunshine na iwanan si Atong dahil ayaw umano nitong madamay sa issue at natatakot din daw ito sa kanyang kaligtasan lalong-lalo na daw sa kanyang mga anak. Umaasa pa din naman ang aktres na malalagpasan ni Atong ang mga reklamong ipinataw dito. Samantala narito naman ang video kung paano naawa si Sunshine sa mga naiwan ng mga nawawalang sabongero.
The CIDG manifests its full support to this Honorable Committee's endeavor on conducting this investigation on the missing persons involved in Isabong-related incidents in view of the recommending legislative measures that would address similar incidents. And we would like to inform this honorable body that out of the 8 sensational cases being investigated by the CIDG involving 34 missing persons engaged in Isabong, the CIDG investigators have already filed 2 separate cases against the suspects and several jandos involved in the incidents that happened in Manila Arena in Santa Ana, Manila, which is the case number 1, and Las Cos residence in San Pablo City, which is the case number 8. Just to refresh of what we have reported last Senate hearing on March 21, 2022, regarding the breakthrough on the investigation in connection with the case of Ricardo John Lasco, a master agent of Isabong who was kidnapped by more than 10 armed men inside his residence in San Pablo City, Laguna, on August 30, 2021, wherein the victims and witnesses positively identified policemen as suspects. These policemen were formerly assigned at the Provincial Intelligence Branch of Laguna Police Provincial Office based in Santa Cruz, Laguna. On April 11, 2022, the CIDG, together with the victims and complaining witnesses, filed criminal complaints for violation of kidnapping and serious illegal detention, punishable under Article 267, and robbery committed by a band, punishable under Article 293, in relation to Article 296 of the Revised Penal Code against the 5 identified policemen who are now assigned in Police Regional Office Calabarzon, Regional Personnel and Holding Admin Unit, or RPHAW, and other jandos before the National Prosecution Service of the Department of Justice. In the issue of brothers Darwin and Alvin Indon, who were allegedly involved in game fixing, it is claimed that they were falsely charged for violation of Republic Act 9165 and presently detained in Laguna Provincial Jail in Santa Cruz, Laguna, identified the same group of police officers involved. And these police officers are now under summary hearing proceedings before the Regional Internal Affairs Service 4A for their administrative case. In the other incidents of missing sabongeros, the CIDG will continue to conduct investigation to gather more pieces of evidence as well as sworn statements of credible witnesses for eventual filing of appropriate charges against the suspects. To this honorable committee and to the rest of the Filipino people, rest assured that the CIDG and the Philippine National Police as a whole will continue to do our best efforts towards the resolution of these cases. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, General Eliseo Cruz, for that update. So, 2 out of 8 na tayo. Dalawa pa lang nakapile na kaso. May 6 pa na bubunuin mo pa yan. But anyway, I hope and I pray that kahit na mag-adjourn na itong hearing natin na ito, because this cannot go on forever. Otherwise, mag-isip sila na may iba tayong layunin dito. So this might be the last hearing. Kahit na ma-adjourn na itong committee hearings na ito, itong investigation na ito, I hope that you will continue for the sake of justice of these people who are still missing as of the moment. So ituloy ninyo yan, huwag nyo hintuan, at sana na mananagot pati yung mga malalaking tao na nasa likuran nito. Justice must be served. Huwag nating hinto ito. Thank you. Actually, this hearing will be focused on today's hearings will be focused on case number 7. Ito yung inabduct doon sa gas station ng Shell gas station sa May Kawayan, Bulacan. So, Kumsek, yung Manyo Brothers, dito na? Okay, we'll start with Attorney Jonathan Galicia. You're the chief anti-illegal drug task force of NBI, right?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, kayo yung nasa kustodiyan ninyo yung dalawang Manyo brothers, am I correct?
Mr. Chairman, they are in the custody of the NBI detention center.
Okay, pero kayo yung nag-file ng kaso sa kanila for drug charges, am I
Yes,
correct?
Mr. Chairman.
Okay, can you relate to this committee? Paano nyo na-discover itong Manyo brothers in relation to this case?
Your Honor, they were arrested in an entrapment operation in Batangas.
Tapos,
Later on, they revealed some information about their involvement in some of the missing persons that were complained to the NBI, Mr. Chairman.
so yun nga, according to yung wife nung missing person na si ito, ang victims nito ay si Janver Francisco alias Lala, golden agent of Pitmaster with estimated salary income of 280,000 a month. Tapos kasama niya yung kanyang driver na si Frank Itak Tabaranza, who is also missing. Nakita mo natin doon sa CCTV na silang dalawa ay inabduct doon sa Shell gas station sa May Kawayan, Bulacan. Gusto kong malaman, Atty. Galicia, ano na-connect itong dalawa dito sa kaso ng abduction ni John Ver Francisco and Frank Tabaranza. Can you give us a background there?
Mr. Chairman, we have not yet completed our investigation. We have not yet completed our investigation on this matter, Mr. Chairman.
During the previous hearing, sabi nung asawa na kayo daw ang nagbigay ng idea sa kanila about doon sa dalawang hinahanap niya, yung si Manyo Brothers. Wala, hindi ba kayo ang nagbigay sa kanya ng idea about the Manyo Brothers?
Mr. Chairman, the agent on case is here, no? But I haven't received any reports on this, official report on this matter, Mr. Chairman.
Atty. Galicia, hindi ganong maklaro yung pwede mong tanggalin. Meron naman tayong harang sa sides.
Okay. Yes, Mr. Chairman, we have not, the agent on case has not yet submitted a report on this matter.
So, being the chief of the NBI Anti-Illegal Drug Task Force, you have no idea as of yet paano may connect itong mga tao na ito, yung dalawang Manyo Brothers na nakakulong?
I
Wala
have
kang idea?
no specific details as of now, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, thank you. Hintayin na lang natin magdating yung dalawa. Andiyan na? Okay. So dito sa RDEU, ang pinaka-chief ninyo ngayon is Lieutenant Colonel Ryan J. Orapa. Am I correct?
Yes, Honorable Chair.
Pwede mong may kwento sa amin paano ka napunta sa RDEU at saan ka nanggaling previous assignment before RDEU?
Honorable Chair, I'm currently terminated March 25, 2022 and reassigned currently at Regional Holding and Accounting Unit of NCRPO. But I take post November 22, 2020 as the Chief Regional Drug Enforcement Unit NCRPO, Honorable Chair. And prior to my assignment to RDEU, I was designated dated October 22, 2018 as the OIC and eventually the Acting Chief Intelligence Unit of Laguna Police Provincial Office up to November 17, 2020, your Honorable Chair.
2018 to 2020, you're the Chief PIB ng Laguna PPO.
Yes, sir.
2018 to 2020. Then after that, nag-RDEU ka na ng CRPO.
Yes, sir.
May allegation yung asawa nung nawawala na si Janber Francisco na yung kumuha ng kanyang asawa at saka yung kanyang driver ay taga-RDEU ng NCRPO. Do you confirm this or you deny this allegation?
We totally deny such allegation, Honorable Chair.
Anyway, I can give my further questioning after andito na yung Manyo Brothers dahil sila yung nakukunik doon eh. Sila yung nagtuturo sa inyo, according to the wife, na kayo ang kumuha at kasama daw silang dalawa na kumuha nung dalawang missing. So hintayin natin yung dalawa. Oh, dito muna ako kay Colonel Leandro Gutierrez, Chief of Police of Mikawayan, Bulacan. Good morning. You are the Chief of Police until now.
Yes, sir. I am the current Chief of Police of Mikawayan City, sir. I was designated there, sir, last October 29, 2021, sir.
2021.
Yes, sir.
October 2021. So, hindi ikaw yung Chief of Police nung panahon nung abduction doon sa Shell Police Station?
Yes, sir.
Pero na-check mo doon sa records ninyo na according to the wife, may mga coordination documents daw yung RD Regional Drug Enforcement Unit ng SRPO doon sa police station ninyo na mag-conduct sila ng legitimate police anti-drug operations doon sa area mo, sa Mikawayan. Do you have the documents?
Sir, upon checking the record, sir, I have secured a copy of coordination from NCRPO, RMFB NCRPO Intelligence Section that they will operate in the area of Region 3, Proper A, AOR, from April 17 to April 20 of 2021, sir. Nakalagay din po dito yung mga sasakyan, Vios at 2 motorcycle. Yun po yung nakalagay sa coordination na na-receive po namin, sir.
Ano nakalagay ang date? Anong date? April
April 17, 2021, sir.
hanggang?
April 20, 2021 po, sir.
So pasok itong insidente kasi the incident happened April 18, 2021.
Yes, sir. Meron pa po kaming isang copy, sir, ng coordination. Marami po kasi pumapasok.
Sino nag-coordinate sa'yo? Anong unit?
Yung po sa una kong binanggit, sir, is RMFB NCRPO Intelligence Section.
RMFB NCRPO Intelligence Section.
Yes, sir.
Regional Mobile Force.
Yes, sir. At meron pa po kaming isang coordination na na-secure, sir. Same date, April 17, RMFB Intelligence Section that will operate on NCR, Region 4A and Region 3. The date of duration of operation dun po sa coordination nila is dated April 17 to April 19, 2021. Meron naman pong nakalagay ditong 5 sasakyan, sir. Mitsubishi Adventure, isa, at 4 tatlong motor, at Honda ADV marked vehicle.
What's the nature of their operation?
Most wanted person, validation, monitoring, and possible police operation. Based on this coordination, sir.
So ang most wanted person, it did not state na anti-drug operation.
No, sir. Dito po sa hawak namin, hindi po.
At saka ibang unit yan. RMFB yan eh.
RMFB Intelligence Section, sir.
Kayo ba, RDEO, kapag kayo nagkakandak nag-coordinate sa police station, talagang RDEO ang nilalagay yung unit. Am I correct?
Yes, Honorable Chair.
So hindi sila ang nag-coordinate. Iba yung unit yon.
Ibang unit po yung nakalagay dito sa coordination, sir.
Sinong RD ng SRPO during the time? Nagtataka ko, bakit ang Regional Mobile Force aabot dyan sa Bulacan, magkakandak ng most wanted person? Trabaho ba ng RMFB yan? Yung manghuhuli ng most wanted? Kung RTO siguro, maniniwala ako. Or RIDMD, yung Regional Investigation Detective Management, or RTO, yung Regional Intelligence, or RSOG, Regional Special Operations Group. Pero yung RMFB, Regional Mobile Force Battalion, alam ko, trabaho na ang counter-insurgency, hindi involved ba sila sa panghuhuli ng most wanted person? Chief NP, in behalf of that Chief of the RDNCRPO, can you enlighten on this? Paano na-involve sa most wanted persons operations yung batalyon ng RMFB?
Sir, can I ask a question, sir, to the Mikawayan Bulacan Chief of Police? Based on the paper, sir.
Oh, sige.
Do you have a name in that?
Derek mo na sa akin. Derek mo sa akin.
Yes, sir. Mr. Chairman, I would like to ask who is the person that made the coordination
Yun.
with that particular operation?
Sino?
Ang team leader po nakalagay dito, sir, Police Captain Renz Figueroa.
Kindly check kung saan dito assign Chief NP.
We'll contact, sir. That's precisely why I asked the name, so we can trace where did he get his authority to be able to operate or to make coordination outside his AOR,
Figueroa.
Figueroa? So, kukunin namin, sir, yun, sir.
Pwede ngayon dahil
Yes, sir.
we hope to adjourn this investigation today.
Yes, sir.
So malaman natin ngayon kung sino yung Figueroa yan at saan yan assign.
Yes, sir. We'll do that. In this particular case, sir, I can only look at it that if he got that Captain Figueroa got a authority coming from a higher officer, probably the RD, if he got it coordinate to make that coordination to go outside of the NCR AOR.
Yes, wala akong problema dyan. Policeman naman yan. Kahit RMFB yan, they can do everything that a policeman should do. Arrest suspects, go on, conduct police operations. Lahat ng trabaho ng police pwede lang gampanan. Pero yung nga lang, nagtataka ako, para bang ibang unit nag-operate sa ibang mandate. Ha? Ibang unit, ibang mandate, ibang nag-operate. But pwede. It's possible at pwedeng gawin nila yan. I was once your chief PNP, right? So alam ko yan, pwede mong i-deploy yung police dahil kahit na nga sa banda assign yung pare na yung police na yan o kaya chaplain service assign yung police na yan, pag sinabihan ka ng boss mo na arestuhin mo yan or kahit siya mismo, pwede siya mag-aresto dahil police siya. He has sworn duty to serve and protect. Kailangan niyang, hindi man niya pwede sabihin, may krimen nangyari. Ay, hindi ko yan hulihin. Pulis ako, pero taga-banda man ako. Music mo lang ang alam ko. Hindi ko pwede hulihin yan. No, he can't say that. O hindi niya pwede sabihin na, hindi ko pwedeng hulihin yung kriminal dahil taga-chaplain service ako. Ang trabaho ko dito is magkakandak lang ng mass doon sa simbahan. No, pulis ka. Pwede mong gampanan yan. Kaya please, klaruhin mo yan kung sino yan before we adjourn this hearing. Okay?
Mr. Chair, we'll do that right now, having the name and then where he got the authority to be able to make that coordination outside the NCR AOR, sir.
Thank you. And Comsec, kindly secure copy of this coordination document na hawak-hawak ng Chief of Police ng Mikawayan.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. So kayo, Colonel Urapa, hindi mo tao yun, yung captain tao mo ba yun o hindi?
No, sir.
Ano pangalan nun? Man? Colonel Gutierrez? Sino yung nag-coordinate? Ang pangalan?
Police Captain Renz Christopher Figueroa, sir.
Police Captain Renz Figueroa. Hindi mo ito tao?
No, sir.
Wala kang tao na ganyang pangalan?
Wala po, sir.
At hindi mo ito unit?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Ano pa yung dalawang sinasabi mo? Dalawang coordination yan? Yung isa?
Sir, yung isa naman po is RMFB NCRPO Intelligence Section led by Police Major Roderick A. Pasilan.
Chipinpe. Meron pa isa. Roderick Pasilan. Ano yan?
Police Major Roderick A. Pasilan, sir.
Mr. Chair, yes, sir. We're now coordinating with the NCRPO, particularly the first person, and now we will be calling that second person that made the coordination with the May Kawayan PNP.
Okay, going back to Colonel Urapa. Do you have a person by this name?
Negative, sir.
Wala kang inutusan na tao na ganito?
Wala, sir.
Thank you. Partner of Jennifer Francisco. Ganun ka na ba? Registered out, Kumsek? Last meeting, no?
Yes, sir. Naka-out na po siya last
Okay na,
meeting, sir.
tapos ka na last meeting.
Hello,
Sino,
sir. Good morning po.
yeah, thank you. Sino nagsabi sa'yo na may coordination papers yung
Yung
nag-operate?
din po ng may kawayan.
May Kawayan Police Station.
Tsaka kasi kulang po sila. May isa pa pong pulis na si Natividad Alrec.
Sino?
Si Natividad Alrec po, wala po dyan.
Natividad. Saan si Natividad?
Sir, excuse me, sir.
Up.
As per record, sir, Mr. Natividad is at the ground floor because he has cough and cold, sir. That's why cannot enter the premises, sir. Thank you.
Health protocol dictates that hindi siya pwede umakyat dahil may cough and cold.
Okay po.
Baka mahawa
Sir?
tayo dito.
Ano po yun siya po yung talagang kumakausap dun sa Manyo Brothers. And then, kasama niya po yun sila Ma'am Jovelyn Tamago, sila Orapa po. Tapos po, may patunay po na magkakakilala sila. Si Jovelyn, tsaka sila Natividad, tsaka yung Manyo Brothers. Kasi may CCTV po kami ng NBI na kumakain sila. Magkakasama po sila doon.
Sino yung NBI na sinasabi mo?
Yung Task Force Anti-Illegal Drugs, yun po yung kasama ko nung mga panahon.
Anong pangalan niya?
Hindi na po.
Yung kasama mo na NBI? Na taga...
Nila Attorney Ramos po.
Ha?
Nila Attorney Eduardo Ramos.
Ramos?
Opo. Yun po, sila po yung nag-asikaso sa Manyo Brothers, nung time na nun.
Okay. Tao mo ito, Atty. Galicia?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Ramos?
Yes.
Atty. Ramos. Thank you. Papunta ba siya ngayon dito? Kasama ba siya?
He's right here right now. Yeah.
Saan si Ramos? Atty. Ramos? Pwede kang umupo dito para matanong kita. Tama pala, invited ka pala. Please administer the oath, Kumsek.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in this investigation, sir?
I do.
Thank you, sir. Please take seat, sir.
Attorney Ramos, tinanong ko kayo na si Attorney Jonathan Galicia regarding sa insidente na ito, paano na-link yung Manyo Brothers na nasa kulungan ba niyo ito? Yung dalawang Manyo Brothers facing drug charges?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Paano na-connect dito sa abduction incident? Hindi niya kapa pa masyado ang kaso dahil ongoing pa yung investigation na ginagawa ng case officer daw. So in this case, are you the case officer?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm one of those NBI personnel who are investigating the case.
Okay, thank you. So, pwede ka magbigay linaw nito? Yung tanong ko kay Atty. Galicia kanina, pwede ko itanong sa'yo, paano na-link itong dalawang Manyo Brothers dito sa kaso na itong abduction?
Your Honor, actually
Pwede, Atty. Meron naman tayong harang sa gilid. Ayan, tagalin mo muna para maklaro. Thank you.
Your Honor, last January 9, 2021, na-aresto namin itong Manyo Brothers sa Batangas City. And we were with GMA News. So nung nilabas po nila sa news, they were identified by some of the victims. That's why, but so far as the case is concerned, considering the sensitivity of the case, I am not at liberty to go further, Your Honor. Actually, we have a hearing today.
Okay, just this particular case, gusto ko lang malaman paano na-connect nung nakita siya sa TV, ibig sabihin nakita ikaw ba nakakita sa Manyo Brothers?
Ano po, pinakita po sa akin ni attorney, sa aming lahat po.
Pinakita sa inyo
Opo.
yung picture ni Manyo, ng dalawang Manyo Brothers?
Opo. Ano po yon nung time na nun sila po nag-aasikaso talaga nun.
Okay.
NBI po.
So please continue, Atty.
Yes, sir. During the presentation of the GMA News presented the footage, they were identified by some of the complainants. So from there,
Yung Manyo Brothers, yung dalawa.
that is correct, sir.
Continue.
And we were also able to secure yung nga yung sinasabi ni Ms. Lado, yung watch.
Opo.
So from there, again, Mr. Chair, pagpalmin po, I'm just an investigator. I cannot give any further comments.
Okay.
The investigation is
I
still
understand.
ongoing,
I
Mr.
understand.
Chairman.
Yun lang sa relo. Kasi very crucial ito. Ah, yung relo nakuha sa Manyo Brothers, sinasabi mo,
Yes
relo
po.
ng asawa mo.
Yes po.
Sigurado ka.
Opo. Sigurado po ako.
Alam mo, pag gumawa ang isang kumpanya ng relo, pwede sila gumawa ng 1,000
Sir, tsaka
ganung
inamin na
relo.
din po kasi nung Manyo Brothers na binigay sa kanila nung asawa ko nung time na nadukot nila yun. Yung relo. Kasi hinihingi po daw nila. Then
Okay.
binigay daw ni Lala nung time na nadukot nila, April 18, 1 year na, 1 year na nga po ngayon eh.
Okay.
Di ba?
Hintayin natin yung Manyo Brothers.
Opo, sila po magpapatunay.
para ito.
Opo.
Binigay talaga ang
Binigay
relo.
po ni Lala sa kanila yung relo.
Sabi ni Manyo
Tapos
Brothers.
nung nakuha po ni Attorney Ramos yung Manyo Brothers, nakuha din nila yung relo ng asawa ko. Nung time din po, nung time na nun,
Sandali. Nung nakuha nila Ramos yung
ni Attorney Ramos yung Manyo Brothers, nakuha po din nila yung relo doon kay Manyo Brothers.
nakuha ang relo.
Opo. Tsaka yung kotse po, hindi rin po nabalik. Yung sasakyan nung nadukot nila yon, hindi na po nahanap yung sasakyan. Sasakyan ni John Bear Francisco.
Okay, wala tayo sa sakyan. Doon muna tayo sa relo.
Opo.
Do you confirm this, attorney? Na nakuha niyo yung relo sa posisyon ng Manyo Brothers? Nung nahuli niyo sila?
We showed the watch, but according to Ms. Ladaw, dun daw sa asawa niyan, Mr. Chairman.
My question is, nakuha niyo ito sa posisyon ng Manyo Brothers?
Yes, Your Honor, we submitted it before the regional trial court of Batangas.
Particularly who among the Manyo Brothers ang may susutot noon?
Si Casio Manyo.
Casio.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ni
Thank you.
Casio.
Thank you. Yun lang ang nakuha ninyo na item galing sa Manyo Brothers. Relo lang.
Your Honor, we see several evidence, but again, Your Honor, considering that the case is pending before the court, I cannot give any further details.
Yeah.
To
Okay lang.
avoid being to avoid violating the subjudicial rule, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, thank you. Kumsik, Manyo Brothers, katagal ba naman matapos yung kuwan yan?
Sir,
Swab.
as per report po ngayon, na-swab na po sila. We're still waiting for their results, sir. Na-swab.
Okay. So, meantime, Colonel Orapa, itong Manyo Brothers, nahawak na yun ng NBI na nakakulong sa kanila, do you confirm na asset niyo ito? Mga tao niyo ito?
No, Your Honor.
No?
Hindi po namin sila asset at hindi po namin sila kilala, Honorable Chair.
So, hindi niyo kilala?
Yes, sir.
So, kung magkakaroon ng showdown kayo dito, magkaharapan kayo, baka ituro ka na kilala ka nila. Paano yan?
Okay lang po, sir. Entitled naman sila for that. So, kami, sir, hindi namin sila kilala.
Basta as far as you're concerned,
As we are concerned, Your Honor, hindi namin sila kilala.
kayo, mga RDEO, PSG Dinar, Roda, may kilala kang Manyo Brothers?
Good morning, Mr. Chair. Hindi po. Hindi
mo kilala?
Yes, Your Honor.
Wala kayong asset na ganon?
Wala po, Your Honor.
Ikaw, Anides, PSG Alfredo Anides.
Good morning, Honorable Chair.
Yes.
Wala po akong kilalang ganun.
Wala.
Wala po.
Ikaw,
Honorable Chair, wala po kaming kilalang taong gano'n na ginagawa.
ikaw, Jubilin Tamagos,
Good
PCSG.
morning po, Your Honor. Wala po kaming kilalang ganun.
Wala kang kilala. Hintayin na lang natin. Mag-ako yung dalawa. Friend. Alam niyo, ito na lang. Hindi na sana ako magkakandak pa ng fourth hearing eh. Pero ito lang, itong particular case na ito. Ay, bagong kuhan ito eh. Yes, go ahead, Senator Tolentino.
While waiting for the swab results of the Manyo brothers, can I ask that we now have the BIR personnel here?
Yes, yes, go ahead.
Sayang na oras.
Okay.
BIR and Paymaya or GCash.
BIR, Paymaya, GCash. Nakita ko yung kuwan kayo na, yung abogado, si kuwan ko, kakusa ko sa ulo. Attorney. Dito. Suki ko na ito kaya kilala ko na ito. Nakailang hearing na ito dito.
Oo nga. BIR din to, BIR.
BIR ba yan? Hindi ba yan Paymaya?
Maya ata yan. GCash.
GCash. Dito, attorney. Para pag-usapan natin itong tungkol dito.
Habang iniintay natin yung Manyo Brothers, Mr. Chairman.
Yes. O BIR. Kumsik, BIR. Yung GCash. Dito. Attorney.
Sir, wala pong BIR regrets po yata sila. Tawag po kami ng tawag dun sa phone ng office nila at saka number nila, sir. Nitong Holy Week, sir, wala pong sumasagot, sir.
Nalaman kasi ni Senator Tolentino na hindi kumikita ang BIR diyan sa isabong niyan eh. Kaya umatras sila.
For the record, Mr. Chairman, the President gave BIR an instruction during a midnight ulat sa bayan that they should intensify tax collection efforts relative to isabong. So dapat nandito sila unless ang excuse ng BIR ngayon, kung nakikinig sila, ay dahil ngayon ata yung bayaran ng income tax return. Pero yun naman, yung resource person naman natin, hindi naman siya antiga-fill up nun. Sa bangko naman po yan. Yun ang mga collecting agents. Kaya siguro, Mr. Chairman, may we ask that we have a written letter emanating from the head of the BIR, Chairman Dulay, explaining their absence. Kung makakahabol pa, the better, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, maybe, Kumsik, tawagan nyo, baka pwede pang humabol dito. Very important yung kanilang presence, sabi mo.
Kailangan po ang BIR ngayon kasi ngayon ang bayaran ng buwis ngayong araw na ito. Ang lumalabas po sa records ko at inamin nila, for the record, Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
inamin nila during our last hearing, I have the transcript here, March 21, na maglalabas sila ng bagong circular. Paano mabubwisan yung tax on winnings. At ganun din po kung paano mabubwisan ng karagdagang buwis yung pong mga operators ng isabong. Ganun din si GCash at Paymaya. Imaya tuloy na sabi ko, Paymaya. So, ito po yung hinihintay natin. I have the transcript here, Mr. Chairman. Ito po. Sa records natin with Mr. D or Attorney D of the BIR, the representative of BIR. They promised to have a new circular and that was probably reinforced by the instructions given by the President several weeks ago, Mr. Chairman. So it's really worth noting that the absence of the BIR would make my line of questioning irrelevant because I will have no questions directed to the BIR unless they can show that lahat sila ay nakatao ngayon dun sa first day ng filing ng income tax return. But with that as it may, siguro ito na lang, pagtsatsagaan ko na lang itong GCash. Paymaya. Siguro GCash, habang hinihintay natin ng Manyo Brothers, may bago bang direktiba lumabas sa inyo na circular coming from the BIR that would require you to pay additional taxes? Attorney Escoto, you're under oath, ha?
Good morning, Your Honor. I am not aware of any directive from the BIR.
So what you're saying is that there is no new circular coming from the BIR, so apparently they have failed to comply with what was required of them during the last hearing. So no circular, no tax.
We have not received any circular from them.
No circular, without a circular, wala kayong babayaran karagdagan.
Yes, Your Honor.
Swerte nyo naman. Pero I've read somewhere that 55% there is a 55% increase in your subscribers. Tama po ba yun?
I have no exact figure, Your Honor, but
But there was a dramatic increase.
yes,
Hindi
Your
lang
Honor.
siguro ito, hindi lang po siguro ito yung online payment ng mga pagkain, delivery ng mga sapatos, at iba pa. Can you now place on record how much can be attributed to Isabong sa dramatic increase na subscribers ng GCash?
The isang top up, Your Honor, does not represent a significant portion of the revenue of GCash as a corporate.
Kailang. Kailang.
Opo.
I would advise GCash to follow the very good corporate social responsibility action taken by PLDT and Smart the other day. The other day they came into an agreement, and it's all over the mainstream media today, that henceforth they will be putting several measures that would prevent child online abuse. And I'm saying this because I would like to zero in again the questions I asked you. Sagot na tayo, Mr. Chairman, that was the first hearing. Kung paano nakakapaglaro itong mga bata. And is Pay Maya here? Parang wala. Pay Maya. Bakit na yung Manyo Brothers? So siguro, I'd like to take advantage of your presence here, and you can perhaps educate me in this committee, Attorney Escoto, being a representative. You're the president of GCash, right? Can you open your microphone?
No, Your Honor, I'm not the president of GCash. I'm one of the legal counsels of GCash.
How long have you been with GCash?
For 2 years, Your Honor.
Matagal-tagal na po yan. Yun na po yung simula nung Mr. Chairman, I now see the arrival of the Manyo Brothers, pero pwede bang ipatapos ko na ito para ma-excuse na natin mamaya si Attorney Escoto habang padating yung Manyo Brothers. Alam mo, Attorney Escoto, ganun din ang Pay Maya kung nakikinig. At kung nandito ang DTI, is DTI here? DTI? Pwede pa upuin natin ang DTI. Nandiyan na rin lang pala kayo eh. Kayo pala yung nandyan sa likuran. Na-out na ba ang DTI? Can you be seated, ma'am? Dito kayo, baka hindi pa namin alam ang swab results ng Manyo Brothers. Dito kayo sa DTI. Baka negative pala. Mr. Chairman, can we have the DTI representatives
DTI, ma'am,
be
dito.
seated and be sworn?
Dito, malapit dito.
Sandali na lang po to, Mr. Chairman, para mamaya dire-diretso tayo sa
You have the floor.
sa
Importante yung,
criminal aspect.
importante yung sa'yo, Senator Tolentino. Patuloy mo yan.
Ms. Raisa Faminal. Second, we have the oath administered to Ms. Raisa Faminal.
Please raise your right hand, ma'am. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in this investigation, ma'am? Thank you, ma'am. Please take your seat.
Salamat, Ms. Faminal. Narinig niyo po yung tanong ko kanina. Ang sabi ni GCash, hindi naman daw nag-increase ng malaki yung kanilang subscribers kahit naka-lockdown tayo at hindi attributable ito doon sa Isabong. Naniniwala po kayo doon sa DTI, on the part of DTI? Kasi delivery tayo ng pagkain, lahat, syempre, lalaki yung So, yung Isabong, hindi malaking karagdagan?
Sir, we're sorry, but...
Pwede mo alisin yung mo para, ayan.
Good morning, Mr. Senator. Sorry, but we are not really privy to the percentage of the Isabong dun po sa profits ni Maya right now. But
So, wala kayong records, ibig sabihin.
Sir,
Sana
I am
pag pupunta kayo sa committee hearing, alam niyo naman ang topic, ang agenda natin dito, sana be prepared.
Yes, sir.
Kasi pagdating ng budget hearing nyo, yan din ang itatanong ko uli sa inyo. Malamang pag nag-budget hearing kayo, bago na yung DTI secretary. Yan uli itatanong ko.
Yes, sir. We can check on that.
Pagdating ng confirmation sa Commission on Appointments ng bagong DTI secretary sa bagong administrasyon, yan din uli yung itatanong ko. Kaya siguro tulungan mo na yung departamento mo na magayat-gayat natin to, ano ba yung naging increase.
Yes, sir. We will check on that.
So,
Senator Tolentino, may I butt in?
yes.
Yeah, Attorney Escoto, sinabi mo kanina na hindi significant yung contribution ng isabong doon sa total activities ng GCash. Am I correct?
I said, Your Honor, the revenue on top up of in relation
Pwede mo tanggalin mo muna yung para maklaro. Okay.
revenues generated on the top up transactions relating to Pitmasters does not represent a significant portion of the revenues of GCash.
Hindi significant yung, sabi nga ni Atong ang 2 billion a day yung kanilang pera na umiikot yan sa isabong, 2 billion a day. At ang majority of these transactions were made through GCash. Kukunti lang ang napupunta sa Paymaya. Hindi significant yun, yung ganun kalaking movement of cash flow using your platform.
Hindi po kasi lahat ng Pitmasters transactions nangyayari po sa GCash. Meron silang web-based at saka manual betting stations. Meron silang mga agents po. So
Okay,
hindi
okay,
lahat pumupunta sa GCash ang mga players.
Yeah, but still, Pitmaster lang ha. Pitmaster lang ito. 2 billion, di ba? Sabi niya itong ang 2 billion a day sa Pitmaster alone. Excluding yung 6 other licenses. But anyway, that's your opinion. Pero sa akin, malaki yun ha. Kasi sabi nga na, kahit na hindi dumadaan sa inyo yung sa mga agent, di ba? Hindi dumadaan sa inyo yung sa
Hindi po,
agent.
hindi po.
Anyway, tanungin natin uli yung pero ako, significant para sa akin yun. Go ahead, Senator Tolentino.
Siguro po, Mr. Chairman, DTI and if BSP is listening here, kasi BSP ang nagre-regulate sa kanila, can provide us with the records. Ganun kalaki yung chunk nung galing sa isabong. And I don't really believe that the delivery of Shopee, of Lazada, would match the profits coming from isabong subscribers. Kasi yung mga betting station, kulang-kulang lang yan. But moving forward, Mr. Chairman, sinabi nung huling hearing na protektado daw po ang mga bata. Nabanggit ko kanina, yung PLDT Smart, may mga ginagawa ngayon. GCash is Globe. So, gusto ko malaman kung ano yung proteksyon para hindi talaga makapag-isabong yung mga minors. Pwede kang mag-bat in, Miss Raisa Faminal. And I'm sure, coming from the words of Paymaya also, wala lang ang Paymaya dito. Bago lang daw silang player sa isabong, mas matagal na si GCash. I have nothing against GCash, malaking tulong ninyo. But going to the technicalities of this, can you educate me, Attorney Scott? Can you educate the committee? Can you educate those who are listening live now through various social media platforms and mainstream media? How do you really protect and prevent children from engaging in isabong? Can you educate me as to the difference between click wrap and browse trap? Pag pindot mo nun, may lalagay, maraming mga lumalabas-labas sa baba, I agree. Pindot ka. Minsan, dadaling ka doon sa ibang link. Ano po ang lumalabas ngayon? Is it a click wrap or browse wrap? Bigyan kita ng, alam mo naman siguro ito, the click wrap would refer to a website agreement which would require the end user to click I agree, an I agree icon, thus creating a contract wherein the user agrees to submit to the terms of the licensor. The licensor here is GCash. And then if it is, I'm going forward kasi pinapadali ko na yung tanong ko, if it is a browse wrap, you will be given a separate web page accessible to another hyperlink. Paano mapoprotektahan dito ang mga kabataan? Tayo, pag open mo kahit hindi ka minor, I agree. Para matapos na I agree. Diba? So, can you edify us? Can you educate us on what your company's platform is to protect the minors? Mr. Chairman.
Your Honor, the minors have restricted the usage. They restrict access to Pitmaster's platform, Your Honor. But when it comes to registration, we require minors to secure their parental consent and submit their certificate of birth and other school IDs. And we also require their parents or guardians to have a photo capture holding their IDs so that we are sure that they really secured their parents' consent.
I revert back to my question. Ano yung ginagamit yung paraan sa I agree? Yung bang I agree na kahit sino lang I agree, or meron pang mga tanong para masigurado yung I agree ay talagang hindi minor yung nag-I agree?
Ngayon po, dinagdagan po namin ang submission ng mga yung mga dokumento that will establish that they are minors. Dito sa Pitmasters, sa isabong platform, below 21 hindi po allowed. So if they browse through the GLife platform, kung they are registered as minors, they cannot gain access to the Pitmasters platform.
I'm not satisfied with the answer kasi medyo technical nga yun. But then again, you were here when I gave my opening statement. How would you have prevented the isabong from continuing during a Good Friday? Kasi kung si GCash ay sarado ng Good Friday pero mahirap isara kasi may mga nagpapadeliver ng pagkain o baka naman pwedeng isara dahil doon sa magsasabong, you could have contributed a lot in terms of your corporate social responsibility as well as the preservation of the real faith of this nation during that Good Friday solemn commemoration by hanging up your access. O kahit mag-isabong, kung walang GCash, wala sanang isabong noong Good Friday. Kaya ba sanang gawin yun? Looking back, nangyari na. Nangyari na. O mas okay pa. May pasok ba kayo noong May pasok ba kayong ang GCash noong Good Friday? Kasi kung walang taong nag-ooperate doon sa mga terminal siguro ninyo, baka hindi rin maka-access, di ba?
Wala po kami pasok nung Good Friday, Ron.
Walang
Pero
pasok.
may mga tumatao doon na skeletal force during that time.
So kaya, tuloy yung isabong kahit Biyernes Santo, di ba? Pero kung kayo yung nagsabi siguro na, teka muna, Good Friday ngayon, pahinga muna tayo, alang-alang sa Semana Santa, alang-alang sa isang araw na ibibigay natin sa Panginoon, hindi sana natuloy. But, be that as it may, Mr. Chairman, there are lots of lessons to be culled from this investigative exercise, which would really should be placed in our statute books. 1, magkano ba yung dapat ibuwis? 2, sino yung dapat mag-regulate? 3, sino yung magbabantay sa lahat ng ito, maging doon sa nagre-regulate? Paikot-ikot na tayo, Mr. Chairman, hindi ko na matanong siguro si GCash, hindi ko na matanong si DTI, but just be prepared and help your next secretary. Hindi ko rin matanong si Paymaya, wala dito. Hindi ko matanong si Bureau of Internal Revenue, absent din. Hindi ko rin matanong ang Bangko Sentral kung nandito, but that probably should be the entire universe of my future line of questioning should we have a really comprehensive, if we craft a really comprehensive law that would tackle all of this, Mr. Chairman. Wala na po akong tanong kay Attorney Escoto. I have nothing against GCash. Malaki na itutulong niyo sa ating commerce and economy. Ganon din po sa DTI. Gusto ko lang po maliwanagan ito.
Kumsek, please administer the oath sa Manyo Brothers.
Pwede pong tumayo po tayo, yung mga magkapatid po naman nyo. Pakitaas na lang po ang kanang kamay para sa panunumpa po. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth in this investigation? Nangangako ho ba kayo na magsasabi ng katotohanan, pawang katotohanan sa ginaganap na investigation na ito? Salamat po. Upo po kayo.
Sinong mas matanda sa inyong dalawa? Ni Casio or Nicolas?
Ako po.
Ikaw. So kayong dalawa ngayon ay nakakulong sa... Saan kayo nakakulong?
NBI Detention Center po.
NBI Detention Center dito sa...
Sa TAF po.
Sa TAF. Sa kasong...
Drugs po.
Drugs. Saan kayo nahuli?
Sa Batangas po.
Batangas. Kailan?
Nung June 8 po.
January?
June 8 po.
June 8,
2021.
2021. Okay. Naka-out na yung dalawa.
Yeah.
Ngayon, sinasabi ninyo dito sa asawa ni John Ber Francisco na kayo ay mga asset ng RDEO. Totoo ba yan?
Hindi po. Hindi po.
Hindi.
Opo.
Hindi kayo asset?
Yes po. Hindi po.
So, ano kayo? Kilala ba niyo yung mga RDEO?
Hindi po.
Hindi kayo nagkasama sa mga lakad?
Hindi po.
Under oath kayo, ha?
Yes po.
Ha?
Opo.
Pwede kayo magkakaso pag kayo nagsinungaling. Basta ako, sinasabi ko sa iyo, under oath kayo. So, totoo, hindi niyo kilala mga RDEO?
Hindi po.
Ang mga RDEO ay nandito sa harapan ninyo. Ito yung mga miyembro ng RDEO. Kung una si Colonel Urapa, kilala mo yan?
Hindi po. Hindi po.
Hindi?
Hindi po.
Paano na sabi na kayong kasama doon sa pagdukot ng si John Ber Francisco? Sinabi daw ninyo sa asawa na kayo kasama sa pagdukot.
Wala po kaming idea dyan, Your
In fact, may relo pa na binigay daw sa inyo ni John Ber Francisco habang hawak niyo sila. At itong relo na ito, nasaan itong relo na ito, Mrs.? Nandoon sa NBI?
Nasa NBI po.
May relo?
Wala po.
Binigyan kayo ng relo?
Wala po akong alam sa relo.
Sinungaling.
Sigurado kayo sa mga pinagsasabi ninyo, ha?
Yes po. Opo.
Yes,
I think we can confirm that with the NBI. Ang sinabi kanina, hindi binigyan, baka hiningi nyo, tapos napunta ngayon sa kamay ng National Bureau of Investigation. Inaamin niya ba yun? Hindi.
Hindi po. Hindi po.
So, nawala lang si attorney, but NBI is here.
The case officer is here.
Although you have been, Mr. Chairman,
Attorney Ramos. Attorney Ramos.
yes, Attorney Ramos, although you have been invoking repeatedly the sub judice rule, which we believe should not apply here, I think a yes or no answer from you would suffice. Meron ba talagang relo na napasa kamay ninyo na nanggaling sa kanila?
Meron po, Your Honor.
Yun na po, Mr. Chairman, inamin po ng NBI na napasa kamay nila yung relo, na yun din po yung sinasabi kanina ni Joe Ber Francisco. Under oath kayo, Manyo Brothers, ha? Hindi dapat magsinungaling.
Yes po,
I'm telling the truth po, Your Honor.
Ito bibigyan ko lang kayo ng warning. Or advisory. Advisory. Article 183, false testimony in other cases and perjury in solemn affirmation. The penalty of prison mayor in its minimum period to prison mayor in its medium period shall be imposed. Nakakaintindi kayo na English kayong dalawa?
Hindi po.
Nako. Tagalogin ko. Bisaya pa naman ako. Ang pagsisinungaling at saka ibang kaso ng pagsisinungaling sa isang affirmation. Affirmation. Pagpapatotoo. Ang meron kayong pwede kayo makulong ng prison mayor sa kanyang minimum na period to hanggang sa prison mayor sa medium period. At saka meron kayong fine na hindi susubra ng 1 million pesos. So ito po ang magiging parusa sa inyo kapag kayo ay nagsinungaling. So naintindihan niyo yung sinasabi ko, ha?
Yes po, I understand po.
Okay, I understand, ha? Okay na. So akala ko hindi ka marunong mag-English. I understand. So ayos. Thank you. Thank you for understanding me. Okay. Very good. Ay, nako. So, lahat yan pinawalang ano ito? Yung ata sinasabi kanina ni Mrs. Jennifer Francisco ay baliwalang saysay kasi hindi ninyo kino-confirm. Hindi totoo yung sinasabi kanina.
Opo, opo.
Sabi nyo, makonsensya kayo, ha? Buhay ito ng tao, ha? Aside sa penalty na haharapin ninyo, buhay, dalawa yung nawawala. Na sabi ni Mrs. Francisco, kayo nagsabi na kasama kayo sa pagdukot, tapos ngayon, didinay na ninyo. Kung makonsensya tayo.
Nagsasabi po kami ng totoo.
Totoo?
Opo.
Opo.
May abogado ba kayo kasama dito? Wala.
Wala po.
Wala kayong abogado. Ang gawin natin ito, Tol. Hindi man na ito...
Mr. Chairman, the committee can provide a lawyer to assist the Manyo Brothers. Perhaps from your staff, a lawyer can be assigned.
Pero kahit na walang lawyer, tahasan man nila sinasabi na wala. Wala. Puro denial man.
Mr. Chairman, the investigator seated beside them has given an affirmative reply contrary to what they are saying relative to the wristwatch. So, Mr. Chairman, I think we should proceed. May tinanong po kayo kanina yung kay Colonel, yung hindi kilala.
Yes. So, andyan sila. Hindi nyo sila kilala?
Hindi po, hindi po.
Sabi kanina ni Mrs. Francisco na kausap kayo. Kasama kayo, nag-uusap kayo.
Makakulong po kami ngayon sa kaso namin po drugs. Hindi rin po namin alam kung bakit po kami may ganun.
So, kaso nyo drugs.
Opo.
So, itong sa pagdukot ng dalawa, hindi kayo kasama?
Yes po.
Opo, wala po kaming alam dyan.
Yes,
Chairman,
right, Senator
sa
Tolentino.
presence po ng Manyo Brothers, perhaps we can ask Mrs. Francisco. Pakiulit po yung sinabi nyo kanina. Yung kumakain, yung may CCTV.
Yes po.
Dahan-dahan lang po. Ulitin natin para marinig din nila.
Ni Casio, nakausap ko pa po yan sa NBI mismo. Sabi niya makikipagtulungan siya sa akin, sa amin. Sa mga unang-unang dinukot. Tsaka sir, may ebidensya po kami. Kasama nila yung mga yan. Sa CCTV, kumakain po sila. Tsaka meron din po akong video na binidyohan ko sila na kinonfront ko sila nung time na nun. Umiiyak pa po ako sa kanila nun. Ang sabi pa po nila nun, nilubog na daw po nila sa Laguna.
Nilubog sa Laguna?
Opo, nila.
Saan ano mo tanong kung saan sa Laguna?
Ayun po yung inaasikaso ng NBI ngayon. Simula nung nakuha sila. Tsaka, sir, inaasahan ko na rin pong gaganyan sila. Kasi sinabi po sa amin ng NBI na hinaharas sila ng mga yan.
Ano maharas na nakakulong sila sa NBI?
Yan po ang di ko alam. Kasi po,
Pwede mangharas doon, taga NBI, hindi
opo,
yung,
yung family po nila. Yung family po nila, magkapatid po sila eh. Yung family po nila yung hinaharas.
totoo ba yan? Hinaharas yung pamilya ninyo?
Hindi po.
Hindi po.
Oh, so nag-duet pa yung dalawa. Sumagot, hindi po. Sabay-sabay.
Ano, baliw ako?
Mrs.
Baliw yung
Mr.
si attorney?
Anyway, si Dr. Tolentino.
Meron po kayong sinabi na meron kayong video na nakunan?
Opo, na
Nadala niyo ba sa cellphone niyo? O
sa cellphone ko po, na umiiyak ako sa kanila kung nasan
dala
na.
niyo po ngayon, pwede niyo po bang maipakita sa chairman ng committee ito o maipasa para maging bahagi
Pasa ko na lang po.
ng records ng
Opo.
ng committee?
Tsaka sir, kumpleto po yung statement nung unang kuha po sa kanila ng NBI, nila attorney, kumpleto po yung statement mo nila simula nung unang taong dinukot nila hanggang sa dulo ng taong dinukot nila, hanggang sa dulo ng ni Janber Francisco. Pinakalas pong dukot nila si Janber Francisco. Tsaka meron din po silang conversation ng police ni Natividad, ang FB niya po noon, Anyek Burabi. Kachat po din ni Casio yun. Nasa lahat po ng mga ebidensya, nasa NBI po lahat ng statement nila. Lahat po ng video CCTV na nandoon sila.
Anyway, ganito na lang. NBI at saka CIDG, we cannot go further beyond. Hindi ko man pwedeng pitpitin ang bayag nitong dalawa na ito. Struck out the record, from the records, yung sinabi ko. Hindi ko pwedeng, hindi man, magtulungan na lang kayo, NBI at saka PNP, kung paano itong dalawa na ito. Can I assure your cooperation sa CIDG at saka NBI? Alang-alang doon sa mga nawawalang dalawang tao na yon, Janber Francisco at saka yung isa, yung driver niya. Mag-cooperate kayo sa CIDG at NBI? Please.
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Case officer, can I get your assurance na makipagtulungan ka sa CIDG?
Yes, Your Honor.
CIDG?
Yes, sir, Your Honor, sir. We will coordinate immediately with the NBI.
Senator Tolentino, go ahead.
Banggit na video kanina na forward na yun sa NBI? Ikopya sila?
Lahat po nasa NBI na po lahat.
But
Lahat
yung last video siguro, kung pwedeng ipaki-forward mo sa committee ito, coordinate with the committee secretariat, tungkol ba saan yun for the record? Anong laman?
yung ano po, yung
Per your recollection.
yung kinokonsensya ko po sila noon na asa na po si Janber. Sabi nila sabi nila na wala na po, nalubog na daw po nila sa Laguna. Pero makikipagtulungan daw po sila. Sir, pinakain ko pa nga po yung mga yan eh.
Saan po nangyari yun?
Sa NBI po, mismo, sa TAC. Pinakain ko pa nga po yung mga yan eh. Sinabi pa nga po nila, makipagtulungan po kami pero huwag niyo po kami papakulong ha. Ginagano niya po kaming lahat ng families doon, ng mga dinukot nila. Sila.
Pero lahat nung binabanggit nyo na video at iba pa, nasa kustodiya.
Lahat po, kompleto po yun.
Salamat, Mrs.
Thank you po.
Pwede mo maibigay sa committee yung recordings mo para safe ka rin na hindi ka pwedeng baka nila ng anti-wiretapping law. Ibigay mo na lang sa amin dito sa committee.
Sir, pwede pong sila attorney na po sa lahat-lahat para hindi ko na po sa kalkalkalkalin. Sila na po lahat magbigay.
Attorney,
Sila.
record lang dito sa committee
Lahat
namin.
record.
Pwede mo ibigay sa amin yon?
Yes, Your Honor, with the imprimatur of my bosses, Your Honor.
Dito yung boss mo, Attorney Galicia. Can you give the imprimatur to the case officer?
Mr. Chairman, we have to consult with our legal division.
Okay.
Oh, Mr. Chairman, kanina pumayag na si Mrs. Kanya naman pag-aari yun eh.
Nandiyan mo kaya sa'yo para hindi tayo nagdaan sa NBI. Direkta ka na dito sa amin.
I don't think we will be violating any statute here. Sa committee naman yun eh.
Sige po, pwede po.
Yun lang sinasabi mo na kumakain. Yung sinasabi niya tungkol sa inilubog. Yung sinasabi mo na umiiyak ka. Yun lang yung napag-usapan natin kanina.
Yung sa may kumakain po sila, lahat po yun nasa NBI po yun. Tapos yung sa, nung time, yung sa umiiyak po ako, yun lang po yung nasa akin. Nasa NBI po lahat ng video nila. CCTV na kumakain po sila.
Meron naman din sa'yo kaya?
Wala po eh. Nagpalit po kasi ako ng phone eh.
Nagdi-delete ka?
Hindi po. Nagpalit lang.
Nagpalit?
Opo. Lahat po yun nasa NBI po lahat. Kompleto po yun. Lahat ng evidence.
Anyway, this committee can direct NBI to Dosistico? Tol? Dosistico? We can summon them to give us a copy of all those recordings. And we will do that officially. Kahit official naman talaga itong pag-uusap natin ngayon, but still, we will put that into black and white. Kasi sabi mo, magre-refer ka pa sa abogado ninyo, legal department ninyo. And I am positive that we can compel NBI to give us that recordings. Okay? Sige, go ahead.
Tsaka sir, meron silang interview ng GMA7 nung time na nakuha sila. Tapos inamin din po nila yun, may ano po sila nun eh. Binalita po yun, pero ano po yung mukha nila. Sila po yung dalawa.
Alam mo, ganito yan. Sa mga ganitong kaso, criminal cases, alam mo yung mga witnesses, maraming instances na ito, ang madaling magbago. Ang daling magbago. They can retract their affidavits anytime they want. They can retract their statements anytime. At sabihin lang nila na nasabi ko lang yun, sir, dahil under juris kami. Binubugbog kami ng pulis o kaya sinasakal kami ng nakahuli sa amin kaya nasabi namin yun, mga ganon. Alam mo na, all the alibis. Pero kayo man you brothers, I am giving you the assurance na lalabas at lalabas ang katotohanan dito. Kahit anong itatago natin, lalabas yan. Hindi yan natin matatago forever yan.
Yes po, nagsasabi naman po kami ng totoo.
Yeah, hindi ko man sinasabi nagsinungaling ka.
Yes po.
Hindi ako nagsasabi na nagsinungaling ka.
Yes po.
Sinasabi ko lang sa inyo na lalabas ang katotohanan dito. How old ka na?
22 po.
22?
Opo.
Ikaw?
21 plus.
21. 21 saka 22. Anyway. Gawin natin ito. It's
Question, although it was earlier mentioned by the good lawyer of NBI that there is a case now being heard. Is it RTC Manila or
Batangas po, Your Honor.
Batangas? And that said case would likewise involve the two personalities seated beside you?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ba't nandito sila?
We submitted an excuse letter dun sa court informing them that we are attending this hearing, Senate hearing, Your Honor.
And the same issue is what is likewise being tackled by the regional trial court. Ang pinag-uusapan natin ngayon.
No, Your Honor. It's a different case, Your Honor.
Drug case.
Drug case, Your Honor.
Colonel Urapa, mayroon pa akong isang issue na gusto ko i-clarify mo. Are you familiar with POV Security Agency Incorporated?
Yes, Your Honor.
Sinong may-ari nito?
My wife is part owner of that. She's one of the shareholder and one of the incorporator, Your Honor.
Kasama dito ang wife mo
Yes, Your Honor.
sa mga may-ari.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, totoo bang information na nakalap nitong committee na ito na kayo ngayon ang naggagwardya sa mga sabungan ng pitmaster ni Atong Ang, yung Manila Arena, yung sa Lipa Arena, at saka yung sa Santa Cruz, Laguna, kung saan doon nawawala itong mga tao na ito. Kayo daw ang security provider doon, kayong security agency ninyo ang na-deploy doon.
During the time ng mga nawala na incidents, Your Honor, hindi pa po ang security agency nila, Mrs. It's just take post February 15th, 2022, Your Honor. So during the time of missing incidents, Your Honor, POV security agency is not the one providing security for as those mentioned, Your Honor.
So kailan kayo nakakuha ng kontrata with the pitmasters or yung
This year,
kumpanya ni Atong Ang na kayo ang mag-provide ng security guards doon?
this year, Your Honor, February 2022, Your Honor.
February,
2022, Your Honor.
pakitanggal nga yung
Hindi
kwan mo
ko lang
para
sure.
maklaro. February 2022.
Yes, Your Honor.
And the last incident of missing persons was January 13, 2022.
Hindi ko po alam yun. Your
Yes, that's per record of this committee. January 13, 2022. Then, nag-take over kayo as security provider, security services provider ng lahat ng mga arena ni Atong Ang sa, anong date yun?
February, Your
February.
Hindi ko lang sure, Your Honor, kasi hindi naman ako part ng...
February 2022.
Yes, Your Honor.
Hindi kaya ito'y reward ni Atong Ang sa'yo, sa yung mga pabor na binigay mo sa kanya, yung pagbigay sa'yo ng kontrata? Diretsahang tanong.
No, Your Honor. This is a legitimate business, Your Honor. You have to apply or bid for such contract to be rewarded or awarded to you. So, such allegation na sinasabing reward, hindi po, Your Honor.
Alam mo, I have nothing against you doing business with any clients. Kahit sa Atong Ang man yan o kung sino ang pwede mong kanegosyo. Wala kasi sa akin, I even encourage you to do business para hindi ka mangungurakot. Kung yung ikaw ay pulis, engage ka sa negosyo, maganda yun. Para alalay sa income mo. Kahit na malaki na yung sweldo mo, you do business, basta legal lang. You encourage you to do that. But itong mga coincidence na ito, very yung mga instant coincidence na ito eh. Very suspicious. On my part, huwag mo akong sisihin dahil police rin ako na kagaya mo na marunong magsuspitsa na something wrong is maybe happening behind the scene. Na dati ang kakontrata dyan na security agency na nagwagwardya sa mga arena ni Atong Ang ay sabi nila dating NBI, ex-NBI, tapos tinanggal, ngayon ikaw ang pumalit, yung agency ng asawa mo, not necessarily yung agency ng asawa mo. Pero after all those incidents na nangyayari, kaya ako, with my malicious mind, forgive me if I'm malicious, dahil dati rin akong pulis, marunong rin ako mag-isip, naisip ko tuloy na baka reward ito ni Atong Ang sa'yo dahil sa mga pabor na binigay mo, services na binigay mo sa'yo, whatever services na binigay mo sa kanya. Yun lang sa akin, ha?
Yes, Your Honor.
Don't get offended. Pareho tayong pulis.
Yes, Your Honor.
Nakakaintindi ka. kung paano, how does a policeman thinks.
Yes,
Yeah.
Your Honor.
Senator Tolentino, go ahead.
Chairman, my curiosity just was broadened and triggered by your line of questioning. I'd like to ask the Chief of the Philippine National Police, General Carlos, and probably I'm alerting the representative of the Secretary of Justice. Is this allowed under existing PNP policies? Is there a conflict of interest wherein a police officer not yet retired from the service is allowed to have his wife be part of the board of directors of a security agency being supervised also by the Philippine National Police? I'm sure, Colonel, wala rin naman akong masamang bagay tungkol sa'yo, but you might have classmates being part of the, ano ba yung agency na PISA, ano ba yan? Anong tawag doon? Socia?
OBP.
Hindi po, yung nagsusupervise ng yung
Socia.
I'm sure you have classmates, you have future classmates who will be there, and who knows, in the near future, you might be a member or even the head of Socia. How is this, General Carlos, is this allowed? Is this a potential conflict of interest issue na yung nasa serbisyo pa ay allowed yung asawa niya, kahit bukod yung asawa, knowing fully well the conjugal nature of a business entity, pinapayagan ba ho ito na magnegosyo yung asawa na nasa serbisyo pa, o hindi ba dapat hintayin mo na mag-retire, umalis sa serbisyo bago pumasok sa security agency? General Carlos, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Chair, Your Honor. Sa amin naman po ay napapayagan po yung amin pong asawa o kamag-anak as long as legitimate po yung business. At ang iniiwasan nga po namin doon ay magamit yung impluensya, maaaring impluensya ng isang pulis doon sa negosyo. So, very clear na po niya kapag ito po ay hindi po doon sa pulis, napapayagan naman po yun. Ngayon, kapag magkakaroon po ng conflict of interest, doon naman po pumapasok yung pulis na nagdadivest siya kung meron din po siyang negosyo na maaaring na magamit po niya yung kanyang impluensya. Ganun po yung marami po sa amin po mga kasama ang nagtatayo po o na-i-involve po sa business as makadagdag ng kita para sa amin pong pamilya. Ngunit doon na rin po nag-iisip yung amin pong mga pulis na kapag yung aming pwesto o amin pong influensya ay magagamit, ay kailangan naman pong hindi po namin gamitin po yun. Hopefully, ganun po ang pag-iisip ng amin pong mga kasama sa Philippine National Police na uunahin po muna yung kapakanan ng serbisyo ng aming pong organisasyon, kahit na po napapayagan po namin yung aming pong mga kamag-anak o yung kaming asawa na ma-involve sa legitimate businesses. Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you, General Carlos. The same line of questioning addressed to the DOJ, there would be a thin line of boundary that would demarcate what is allowed legally and what can probably transgress a borderline conflict of interest issue, not just for the police, but I'm not also against this. Mga kaibigan kong Bureau of Fire, may magtayo ng fire extinguisher company na asawa naman, gano'n. So, Yusek, Asek, Orta, how would you differentiate the very thin line of where one should stop, one should not proceed, and one should be neutral in all of this? Because I look at some of our Republic Act 3019 instances that perhaps kayo rin sa Department of Justice, halimbawa, yung asawa mo naman naging involved sa, halimbawa, sa DOJ, supplier naman ng papel o computer. So, saan hihinto ito? Saan ang nandun na lang ba sa tao? O do we need a special regulation for this coming from the Civil Service Commission, in NAPOLCOM, or any other agency? Hindi ako against ito. Tama yung sinabi ni Senator De La Rosa that kailangan i-augment din natin yung income ng ating uniform personnel. Pero saan hihinto? Saan yung invisible barrier, so to speak? Yusek.
Thank you, Mr. Senator, Mr. President. Right now po, I am not aware of any law that expressly prohibits the spouses, except po yun sa constitution natin, na the president, vice president, etc. Pero po dun sa iba po, hindi ko po maisip nga. Usually po kasi the prohibition is on the government official himself or herself. Pero tama po kayo, at kaya rin po nabanggit ni PNP Chief, kung wala pong malinaw na batas ngayon tungkol dyan, siguro po on our own, parte na po ng delikadesa natin is kung meron po tayo nakikitang potential na conflict of interest, baka dapat po hindi po tayo ma-involve dun sa proseso. Kung legitimate naman po yung papasukin na negosyo, siguraduhin lang po sana natin na susundin po natin yung proseso at hindi po natin mabibigyan ng kumaga special treatment po yung asawa. At siguro po mas maganda na rin na kung parte po tayo ng proseso, mag-inhibit na lang po siguro tayo dun sa proseso para hindi po mabigyan ng hindi magandang kulay. Pero titingnan pa rin po natin, ang pinakamalapit po kasi nating naiisip is yung 6713, no? Yung sa yung Code of Ethics po natin for government officials. Kung may makita po kami, pabalikan po namin yung committee tungkol po dito sa bagay na ito. Salamat po.
Yusek, and I'm sure you can provide us with a draft or a work in progress guidelines para sa lahat na the ethical aspect of this. I reiterate, I have nothing wrong. There is nothing wrong with the current practice, Mr. Chairman. Doon lang, pag dumating doon sa yugto na pagpipilian kung ano yung mauna, yung pampersonal o yung pambayan, baka merong very thin line that can be transgressed na hindi kagad nakikita. Again, siguro, Mr. Chairman, this should be part of a long-range reform on all of this. Ganon din yung nakita natin nung yung mga teacher natin, Mr. Chairman, nagtitinda ng Avon products, mga shampoo, dala sa eskwelahan to augment their income. And there is nothing wrong with that. Yung mga teachers tayo, may mga dalang, nung face-to-face classes pa, may mga dalang mga suman, pambenta na sa school. There's nothing wrong with that. Ang kailangan lang ay maging transparent siguro lahat dito, nang sa ganon, alam nung nagsusupervise, alam nung sinusupervise kung saan yung hangganan. Ang punot dulo naman ito at ang gusto ng lahat ay ma-augment yung income para sa mga pamilya ng mga lingkod bayan. So we expect your proposals, Yusek Orta, coming from the DOJ on how we can improve all of this. Not just for the police, nabanggit ko yung Bureau of Fire, but for the entire government machinery na walang conflict of interest. Salamat po, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Senator Tolentino. And to add to that, if I may, I am aware that yung police nga mismo, hindi ito this is not his wife, kundi ang police mismo per civil service law ay binigyan ito ng pagkakataon na to engage with his profession. Yung aming mga policeman na lawyer, they are given authority to exercise their profession outside of working hours, official hours, di ba? Pwede kang mag-practice ng law kung ikaw ay abogado na police. That's per civil service guidance, ha? Pwede ka mag-exercise ng yung profession as a lawyer basta beyond official time ng PNP.
Tama po, Mr. Chairman, at alam naman po natin na marami po tayong mararangal na pulis na nag-Uber driver pa nung araw, Grab driver, para po madagdagan yung kita ng kanilang pamilya. At yun po ay isang marangal na sideline, marangal na gawain, Mr. Chairman.
So, thank you for that. I think we cannot proceed any further. Pagdating dito sa case number 8, ipag-ubaya ko na lang ito sa inyo, si IDG and the NBI. Please cooperate with each other. Ha? Kawawa naman yung mga nawawala. Ako hanggang ngayon, hindi pa rin ako nakakaalis sa nightmare sa mga pangyayari. 34 missing persons. At out of 8 cases, dalawa pa lang napapile natin. Hopefully sana itong case number 7 na ito, yung victimizing Janver Francisco, ito sana pangatlong case ito na makapag-file tayo ng kaso. But this sudden turn of events, parang nagbago ang ihip ng hangin. Nagbago yung Emanyo Brothers are singing different tune right now. Anyway, hindi ko kayo nakausap noon pa. I'm just relying on the statements coming from Mrs. Janver Francisco and from the NBI. But apparently, parang complete turnaround kayo, 360 degrees. Basta isipin lang ninyo, pwede rin mangyayari sa inyo yan. Yun ang nangyayari sa dalawa. Kaya kung mangyayari sa inyo yan, napakasakit po sa iyong mga asawa, yung mga mananay, tatay, kapag kayo'y nawawala, naparambula, kahit man lang yung remains man lang sana nila, ma-recover natin. So, yun lang. I am not castigating you for your turnaround. You have your own personal reasons why you do that, whatever the case may be. Pero sa akin lang is, pwede rin mangyari sa inyo yan. Kaya sana magtutulungan tayo dito. Andito tayo para magtutulungan. I am not conducting this hearing for my own personal aggrandizement. Ayaw ko nga nasabihin na ako'y nag-grandstanding dito. Kasi isa lang dapat ang mag-grandstand dito. And it is the truth that should grandstand dito sa hearing na ito. Kaya I have decided to terminate this hearing, pang-apat na ito, and also with the advice of my colleague. Sabi ni Senator Tolentino, tama na siguro yan. Sir, hinto na natin yan. So from here, I just would like to, meron pa bang hindi nakapagsalita na inibitahan natin? Ano?
Player, sir. Yung win, sir.
Oh, yung new win. So, Mr. Noel, you're representing anong kumpanya?
NBI Bulacan, Your Honor.
NBI ka pala. NBI. Meron ka gusto i-share sa atin? Okay lang?
I just would like to manifest that as far as the NBI steps is concerned, the district offices function as the thread of the Manila offices. So with regards to this case, it is the NCR, mainly, even if it is called the NCR, it is nationwide in scope, while the NBI Bulacan is limited by boundaries. That is the reason why I know some excerpts of the case. We were tasked by NBI Manila, particularly the regional director of NCR, to conduct an in-depth intelligence informations or operations with regards to the said cases at hand. That is the reason why up till now my men, closely around 80, still conducting intelligence gathering regarding the whereabouts. We are also bothered, Your Honors, and Mr. Chair, we are also bothered by by the events because desaparecidos happened a long time ago. Now it's happening again. That's the reason why.
You are regional director of
I am an agent in charge. I am the agent in charge of Bulacan District Office with the rank of Assistant Regional Director, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes, go ahead.
Just for future activities, once an NBI agent or regional director is summoned to the Senate, you should be properly attired. I admonish you to respect the Senate likewise on these premises. Don't go here on t-shirts unless you are also an accused similar to the Manyo brothers. So just respect likewise the premises of the Senate. I'm sure
Your Honor,
you know that.
can I speak? Your Honor, when I was invited, I was conducting an intelligence operation early this morning. That is the reason why when I went here, I am still going back to the because an entrapment operation is about to ensue at around 2 to 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I want to apologize for my outfit, but the next time around I will abide by the Senate rules.
Thank you, General Director.
Thank you. Anyway, alam mo, to remedy your situation, di ba pareho tayo trabaho, police at NBI. Dapat sasakyan mo sa likod, may nakahangir ka doon na coat. Meron pala eh. Yung dapat pag nainipit ka sa oras, pak, ganun na yung coat, di ba? Okay na. Kahit na yung sa loob, t-shirt. But anyway, I am also an operator, kaya naintindihan ko yung sitwasyon mo. So, thank you for your explanation and your apology. Salamat. Meron pa pala tayong kausapin tol. Financier ng Isabong. Please, Minister mo na. Daud.
Pwede pong tumayo silang dalawang De La Cruz po. Isa lang po. Nasaan po yung isa, sir? Okay. Sige. Pakitaas na lang po ang kanang kamay. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in this investigation, sir? Thank you po. Please sit down.
Mr. Marvin de la Cruz. May gusto kang i-share sa committee na ito?
Good morning po, Your Honor.
Please, go ahead, continue.
Ako po yung si Kagawad Marvin de la Cruz po, mula po sa Barangay San Sebastian, Laguna, Bulacan po. Ako po yung...
Pakitanggal yung para maliwanag.
Ako po yung tinuturo pong na pinansyar daw po sa case po ng Batangas. Na...
Yung sa Lipa?
Opo.
Case number 2?
Opo.
Case number 2.
May gusto lang po sana ako linawin. Salamat po sa pagkakataon po para po pagsalitain ako dito. Last time po kasi hindi po ako natawag. Dito po ako ng second hearing po. Para po yatang inabot na po Senator ng time. May gusto lang po akong linawin na ako po ay wala pong kapasidad po na mag-finance po. Gaya po ng sinasabi ng pamilya kasi po ang tangi lang po nakakasali doon yung miyembro lang po, tanging mga miyembro lang po o tinatawag po na incorporator sa palaro pong yun. Which is hindi naman po ako member doon.
So, andito ka para to clear your name na hindi ikaw ang financier
yes po,
sa
Your Honor.
grupo ng mga victims ng case number 2, yung sa Lipa.
Yes po, Your Honor.
City na mga taga-Bata at taga-Bulacan yun, di ba?
Actually po, Your Honor, yung dalawa lang po yung kakilala ko po doon. Kumpare ko po yung isa at yung isa po kababata ako.
Case number 3 pala yun. Case number 3. Yung sa Batangas. Sino ang kilala mo doon?
Yung kumpare ko po, si Ricardo Sakdalan po. tsaka po si Nomer Depano po.
Yes, Ricardo Atong Sakdalan
Apo.
at Nomer Dipano.
Opo.
Kumpare mo ito?
Kumpare ko po si Atong Sakdalan po. Kumpare buo ko po, inaano ko po yung anak niya. Tapos po si Nomer po, kababata ko po.
So, andito ka para i-deny na hindi ikaw ang financier nila.
Yes po, Your Honor.
Sino ang financier nila?
Wala po ang idea, Your Honor. Kasi po, explain ko lang po, Your Honor. Kasi po si Nomer po, sa larangan po ng buy and sell po siya ng ng manok. Kaya galugad po niya yung buong norte po, tsaka mga south na farm po, na magagandang farm. Kaya po siguro marami po siyang kaibigan ng farm owner po.
Pero nalaman mo yung insidente na wala sila.
Yes po, Your Honor.
Kailan mo nalaman?
January 9 na po siguro.
January 9, ha?
Yes po, Your Honor.
So, ano pa? Ano pang gusto mong i-share dito sa
Yun lang po. Gusto ko lang po i-clear kasi po nabanggit nga po ako nung nakaraan, Your Honor, na
Ang nagbanggit is yung
yung Malaka po, na hindi ko naman po kakilala.
parents.
Person.
Parents ba yun?
Asawa po yata nung
Asawa?
nung sinasabi pong mananari daw po.
Baka sa kaalaman niya, ikaw ang
Opo, baka po yun po siguro ng kasi dati nga po nakasamahan talaga si
Basta yung lakad nila na yun, hindi ikaw ang nagpipinance.
Hindi po, Your Honor.
Sigurado ka?
Wala po akong kapasidad doon. Kasi po mga member lang po talagang pwedeng sumali doon. Tinatawag po na incorporator.
Okay. Maraming salamat. Senator Tolentino.
Mr. De La Cruz, taga Bulacan ka?
Yes po, Your Honor.
Tatago ka ba ngayon?
Hindi po, Your Honor.
So, sa lahat ng mga nangyari, malaya ka nakakalabas.
Yes po, Your Honor. May mga din po akong dokumento na magpapatunay. Umattend din po ako ng mga sesyon namin. Katulong din po ako ng mga kabataan sa amin mag-organisa ng mga paliga po.
Salamat, yun lang. Gusto ko lang malaman na, kasi ninenervyos ka magsalita eh.
Hindi naman po.
Dapat relax ka lang.
Apo, medyo ganito lang po talaga magsalita, Your Honor. Medyo mabilis lang po talaga.
Tuloy ang paliga sa Bulacan. Basketball ba, sinasabi mo?
Yes po, ito lang po, lately lang po, nung nawala na po yung level 3.
Isan, papasyal kami ni Senator De La Rosa sa mga liga mo.
Sige po, Your Honor. Sige po.
Sige, maraming salamat ha, Mr.
Thank you po,
De
Your
La
Honor.
Cruz. So wala nang gusto magsalita? Kayo, baka may nang gusto magsalita sa inyo. Okay lang kayo? Again, I would like to tell you na alam nyo, kayo mga pulis, lalong-lalo na kayong mga anti-drug operatives, it pains me kung malaman ko na kayo na-involved sa kalokohan. Dahil sa lahat ng kapulisan, supposed to be kayo ang pinakamahal ko, yung mga anti-drug operators. Dahil dyan ako nakilala ng buong bansa at ng international community dahil sa ating war on drugs. Kaya ako malaki ang utang na loob ko sa inyo sa iyong pagsusumikap sa trabaho niyo sa war on drugs. But kinaklaro ko naman palagi, mahal ko man kayo, pero pag kayo ay gumawa ng kalukuhan, I am your number one enemy. Prangkahan tayo. I am your number one enemy. Kahit na matanda na ako, hindi ko kayo atrasan pagdating sa labanan, pag kayo gumawa ng krimen, lalong-lalo na't ginagamit niyo ang inyong uniforme. I am your number one enemy pag gumawa kayo ng kalukuhan. Pero pag kayo gumagawa ng katinuan, I love you all. O kayo mahanga sa inyo dahil binubuhis niya, sinusugal yung buhay niyo dyan sa war on drugs. Alam ko, marami na kasamahan ninyo na mamatay, maraming kasamahan ninyo ang nadisgrasya, at marami nagkakaso. Pero pag kalukuhan naman ang gagawin nyo, I am your number one enemy. Guaranteed yan. So yun lang ang gusto ko iparating sa inyo. Alam kong kayo nagtatrabaho. Hindi kayo malagay dyan sa drug enforcement unit kung hindi kayo masigasig sa trabaho nyo. Alam ko nagtatrabaho kayo. But ito nga nangyari, itong missing na ito, at kayo nasasangkot. So kung kayo man ay inosente, pasensya na. At nabanggit pangalan nyo dito. Pero kung kayo talaga involved, pasensya na rin. At talagang madidiin kayo. Yun lang ang sa akin. Ha? Walang personalan ito. Walang personalan. Trabaho lang. Trabaho lang ito. So, kung wala na magsasalita, parang closing statement ko ito before we adjourn. After 40 tedious and exhaustive hearings conducted by this committee, nagkaroon ng linaw kung ano ang nangyari sa mga nawawala sa bungero. At least may linaw. Kahit na hindi gaanong malinaw, at least nagkakaroon ng linaw. The testimonies of the witnesses as well as the other pieces of evidence presented to this committee is more than sufficient to speak for themselves. I am confident that the PNP and the NBI and the DOJ will be able to file the appropriate criminal, civil, and or administrative charges against those found involved and in conspiracy with the perpetrators. Considering that the primary purpose of our investigation is in aid of legislation, we have come up with the following initial recommendations. Hindi pa ito naisama dito yung mga recommendation ni Senator Tolentino, but incorporate namin yan in our final committee report. First, there is a need to craft a law regulating the e-sabong industry, which includes, among others, limiting e-sabong operations to Sundays and legal holidays, almost similar to that provided in PD 449 or the cockfighting law of 1974. Such regulation will also include clear delineation of powers and functions of government agencies involved in e-sabong, strict implementation of imposition of taxes to e-sabong operators and its agents, and installation of CCTV cameras not only in betting station but as well as in areas where the actual cockfighting are being conducted. Second, excuse me, for money transfer facilities to ensure that minors will not be able to use their facilities for gambling purposes, recommend the strict implementation of Know Your Customer policy, not only during registration stage, excuse me, but as well as usage and management of account. Third, to aid our law enforcement personnel in conduct of their investigation, there is a need to institutionalize the reward system for person who witness and has actual knowledge of the commission of crime. Fourth, to deter individuals to conceal the commission of a crime, we need to further increase the penalty for obstruction of justice under PD 1829. Fifth, we need to pass a law mandating all LGUs to include installation of CCTV cameras in commercial establishments, especially in all of betting stations, gambling arenas, gaming sites, among others, as a requirement for the issuance of business permit. Sixth, recommend to PAGCOR the inclusion in the regulatory framework the commission of a crime and or offense within its premises if the operator is found negligent and failure to cooperate in its investigation as grounds for suspension and or cancellation of license. Seven, recommend to BIR the immediate collection of taxes due from e-sabong operators in accordance with Revenue Memorandum Circular Number 25/2022 and other memoranda to be released in relation thereto, as well as strict imposition of penalty for those who failed to pay the correct taxes. And last, recommend to the PNP, CIDG, and NBI the immediate filing of the necessary criminal, civil, and or administrative charges on persons of interest or suspects. Before I continue, administrative assignment, announcement. Food is served at Recto, Laurel, and Pixon rooms. Food is not allowed to be served at the session hall. So doon na kayo kumain kung may gana pa kayo kumain. Hindi, pwede take out ninyo. Please. May pagkain doon sa Recto at Laurel rooms. In closing, I would like to give a stern warning to those people behind these alleged abductions. Justice will always prevail, and the rule of law will always be upheld. To the families of the missing Sabongeros, isa ako sa inyo sa pagdarasal na mahanap ang inyong mga kaanak. Batid ko ang hirap ng araw-araw ninyong pagdurusa, sapagkat isa rin akong asawa, anak, kapatid, at magulang. Natapos man ang hearing ng committee ito, ngunit magkakaasa kayo sa patuloy kong suporta na mahanap ang inyong mga kamag-anak at pagpapanagot sa mga taong nasa likod nito. And again, I would like to ano ba bang more powerful term than request? Ano ba bang mas malakas ang dating sa inyo from request? Ako'y nakikiusap sa inyo, NPCIDG at saka NBI, na huwag ninyong lubayan ang kasong ito. The whole Filipino nation is counting on you. Nasa inyo. Umaasa kami, being a Filipino citizen of this republic, na sana diinan pa ninyo yung investigasyon na ginagawa ninyo. Alang-alang sa buhay nung 34 na nawawala at saka yung pamilya nila na hanggang ngayon nagdudusa pa sa kanilang pagkawala. Huwag ninyong tatantanan. Tuloy lang ninyo. We have nasa atin ang momentum. Nakadalawa na kayo. May dalawa na kayo na i-file. And hopefully magiging 3 yan out of 8. And sana lahat ng 8 na cases na yun ay ma-resolve ninyo. Please continue. Can I get your assurance, sa IDG?
Yes, Your Honor. We would like to assure this committee and the Filipino people that we will not stop investigating these cases until we solve these cases, sir.
Chief PNP.
Yes, Mr. Chair, Your Honor. We are committed in investigating and finding the truth and give justice to the family of the missing person, sir.
The OJ.
Yes, Mr. Chair. We commit, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Attorney Galicia from NBI.
Will do, Your Honor.
Na RD. Kayong dalawa dyan. RD ay yung si
Yes, Your Honor. We will.
isa, si RD NCR ka, di ba? Ikaw yung
Yes,
NCR?
Mr. Chair.
Yeah, ikaw yung last time.
On behalf of the management of the NBI and the investigators, it is our also commitment, like what the Chief PNP, General Carlos Sir, and the CID Director have said. It is also our commitment to find justice to the families and victims of the missing Sabongeros, sir. We will continue the investigation. Thank you very much, sir.
Maraming salamat. Thank you. And sa inyong lahat, maraming salamat sa inyong kooperasyon. Justice must be served. Ano lang talaga dapat mangyari. So, tuloy ninyo, huwag kayo matakot kung sino mang nasa likuran nito. Kahit gaano sila kalaking tao, gaano sila kayaman, gaano sila daming pera, huwag tayong umatras. laban kayo. Tuloy niyo ang investigasyon.